morning. Good morning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Welcome to Leonard Beach's Crypto. We ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. I am David, and it is a Thursday, July 11th, 2024 at 5:48 a.m. Central Standard Time. Big day today. We've got inflation data coming in hot. Bitcoin's been on the move a little bit. Not really. Hasn't moved much since last night, but back at the highs from last night's stream. Still in that trade, guys. I'm still in that trade. How are you guys doing? You coming aggressive today? Well, it is an aggressive today. It is an aggressive day with inflation data coming in. Okay? All right. Good morning. Yo, Justin Eubanks. What's going on, Rockinos? Blackie Chan, the man. Prosage. What's going on? How you doing? 4 inflation data points. Yeah. So, let's start off with a quick one. We've got our fear and greed index at a 40. So it's actually up a little bit, quite a bit actually. So people need to get wrecked, right? Maybe we'll have to get into it. We'll have to get into it. But right now, yeah. Hi all. Hello broadband. Oh, so yeah. Let's just head on over to the Forex factory. Okay, so we have 4 data points. Touched on this last night. Core CPI month over month, CPI month over month, CPI year over year, and unemployment claims all dropping at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. More fear, please, says Blackie Chan. Yeah. We never got into extreme fear. So that is interesting. And we'll see. We'll see what happens today. So if that forecast comes in so it's forecasted at 3.1. If the actual comes in at 3.1 or higher, well, let's say 3.2. 3.1 is kind of neutral, obviously. But if it comes in higher, if it comes in lower. Oh. My light just fell off. Hold on. So I figured out. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to rig this up somehow. So this light that I got doesn't exactly fit my monitor. Uh-oh. What if I put it on the other monitor? Let's see. Hold on. Gotta love live. That lighting is gonna be weird if I do it right there. Oh my god, bro. Fix it. Lunar Beach equipment falling like a BTC. The setup been upgraded? Oh yeah, a little bit. L Jones. Good morning, L Jones. It is a sign. Don't read too much into the light falling, okay? Don't read too much into it. Goodness, I need a haircut so bad. It's awful. It's getting bad. Neutral is bullish, but not trend breaking. I've had my eye on pump before dumping next week, though. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Let's go ahead and go over to the Velo charts before we get into Trading View. Excuse me. So this this looks like it just wants to come up and wreck a bunch of shorts, honestly. What it looks like. So yeah, we have our open interest down here. Now, we were doing well, as we were moving to the upside. Our open interest is moving to the downside, suggesting that we are liquidating shorts. But then we started moving to the upside, and open interest started increasing. So it's what is this? Well, we do have, can't see it really. Spot buying increasing, spot buying increasing. Wait for the Blackie Chan's chat to go away. It's been a little since I've seen you in chats. How you been? There we go. Spot volume increasing as this is moving to the upside. So that's interesting. Our perp volume also increasing though. So people are getting long or getting short at the lows. It's one of the two, a little bit of both, but which one is outweighing the other? Hard to say. But I do know that there's a ton of liquidity to the upside, shorts to the upside. So I'm just saying, be careful. But like I was sharing with you yesterday, we could get that crazy pump up and then the roll over, right? We don't want that. We don't want that if we want more upside anytime this year. I swear. But, could just chop some more. Chop. It is what it is. Let's go over to the Trading View chart. This is where I jumped in last night. Got a little close to taking me out, but now I'm good. And then, come up to this first resistance line here. Maybe we can shoot through all of this today. All I know is that if we break this high again and close above it, I will I will move my stop loss into take profit to take care of fees, and then let it ride. See what happens on that inflation data today. Seems it could be fun. Y'all been wild camping around Scotland for the last 2 weeks. Oh. Yeah, been wild camping around Scotland. Oh, that's cool. You been hanging out with Sniper's Nightmare? I told you that dumpage was gonna happen. It is a little dumpski, little pumpski. We watched this pump last night, and we watched it dump. We watched it dump to about right here, and then I ended the stream, and then it had a little more to go. But ever since it bottomed out down here, it's been straight to the upside. This just looks like a lot of just spot buying, honestly. Because all the little candles to the upside, it kind of looks like spot buying. Like the type of activity that it is. Hard to explain. How this is pushing down, and see how the candles kind of get smaller and smaller the closer to the low that you get. It's buyers stepping in and buying up the stuff that is being sold. Imagine that. You can't buy if no one's selling. Can't sell if no one's buying. Mad love and respect to everybody. Happy days. Happy days. Hit that like if you watched last night's stream and you get that reference. Bitcoin trying to make a move as we speak. It is into the soft order block. We've already tagged the soft order block a little bit. I can just get rid of this. We already So yeah, we're tagging that, getting into that soft order block. We've got a resistance line just above us at 58,668. With highs over here, not surprising. Would not be surprised to see us get up here, maybe even into this vector candle at 59,850 to 59,990. So yeah, we do have some equal lows down here. Let me get rid of this. Do have some equal lows that I just spotted. Whoop. Right here. See that? Right there. Equal lows. And then we have fair value gap sitting right on top of this soft order block. So, if price were to come back down, I would expect it to probably get all the way down here to about $57,662. But may not be today. I don't know. Let's go up to the 4 hour, see what how we're looking over there. 4 hours looking kind of bullish. We do have the dynamic reactor sitting up here. Ooh, loud order block. Hold on. First, the loud order block that we've already tagged and pushed off of once. Loud order block being that it's really strong. There's also a vector candle right here at about 59,500, and then on the high end here, $60,293. So if we can get up into here, we might see a rejection off of that dynamic reactor. So if we can get above that dynamic reactor, however, if we can get above that dynamic reactor, then this thing kind of turns a little bit like this. Maybe get up to this vector candle, get a pullback, and if we can hold 60K, then we might be all right. We might not see a lower low. But we lose 60K, we lose it, then we probably do an ABC or something. And we just take a little longer and chop about even more, maybe. You know? As that dynamic reactor keeps moving across, and we get back under it, fight it as resistance, and then try to come back up. And we start looking more kind of like a Wyckoff accumulation pattern. We get our spring, sign of strength, and then off and away we go. Would also look like a W pattern or a double bottom on a higher time frame, like on the daily. Double bottom on the daily. So could just be a little bounce and then a little falter, a little downside for the rest of this month. And then come July 31st, when they cut rates, surprisingly, maybe, I don't know, we launch from there. That's it. That's it. Everybody have a good day. No. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm just watching that dynamic reactor on the 4 hour. Get above that, and we are looking a lot better. We have not been above it. I'm not even going to count this one. I guess I could. We haven't been above it at all since June 12th on the 4 hour. We have not been above it at all. Let's go to the daily, see where it is on the daily. We're still below it on the daily. Let's see, right there at 61,300. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Schaefer mentioned it last night in the chat about how 60K is what we need to get above. And he is absolutely correct. Get above 60K on the daily. Close the daily candle above 60K. That would be awesome. Now, we do have a vector candle right here. Stopping volume candle down here at about 55.9 on the low end and 56. 279 on the high end. We come back and tag. This kind of does look like a V-shaped recovery in here. More so than this one, because this one was more of like a sideways chop. Whereas this one has, I mean, an obvious more of a V-shaped type of look in it. This one kind of did a V a little bit, but its bottom was not part of that V. It just wrapped around that. Let's see. There we go. That is almost a classic V-shape recovery, but we'll see. It's not a guarantee. Nothing on this channel is financial advice, so I just had to throw that out there. Chop City means more time to pack bags. It also means more consolidation, which typically leads to higher prices, like higher than it would have been. The shorter the consolidation, typically, that's, unless you're like in the final stages of a bull run and you're going parabolic, yeah. But usually long consolidation periods lead to higher prices. So, yeah. And when I say higher, I mean like if it had ended here, it wouldn't go as high as now it would now that we've doubled that length, basically. Doubled the price? Maybe this would have gotten to like 100K, and since we made it go on a little longer, maybe we make it to 150. Maybe if we go on a little longer, we get to 200. You know what I mean? Because that's just more supply being bought up and being taken off the market to be held for a long period of time. Reapers, Creepers. I like that name. Any ETH, TA? I can do some ETH. It is 6:05. So yeah, I've done 15-20 minutes on Bitcoin, so we can get into some ETH. But yeah, lower end, you can see the levels here. About 50, 53.4, 51.6. Maybe tag this blue vector right here. A nice little drop down here, and then get a true V-shaped recovery. That would be nice. 50. That sits at about 50,000. What now? 50,460. Pull a fib, and I'm pretty sure that is going to be like a golden pocket. Yep, that's right at the golden pocket. So this seems like it could be, I won't say likely, but it is a higher probability than coming down here. So what I could see happening is we get up in here to this high order block on the daily, and then possibly roll back over, and then we get that bounce off of that golden pocket. But if we can manage to get back above the dynamic reactor and break this high, and then pull back, get a bounce off that dynamic reactor and that resistance line, and turn it to support, and then push higher, that would be the start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside, probably taking us to 100K and higher. This is what I mean. I would like to see the upside, but we don't have to get it. We don't have to get it just yet. We can still consolidate even further. But man, what would be max pain other than people not buying the bottom right now? Like, what if it just shot up and yeah, and then people just start FOMOing in like crazy, and the markets get sent all the way to the moon. People forget that it takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months to really start seeing the best parabolic moves in a crypto bull market. I'm fully prepared for 4 to 6 months of boring. Yep. 4 to 6 months of boring. I just think it's funny that ever since I started my morning show, we've been in a correction. Oh, man. So it's been fun, right? Super fun. Let's go over to ETH. Ethereum. So previously, I haven't really looked at ETH in a while. Like I've done a deep dive. But previously, I did have it marked off that we would stop right here. We did end up going a little lower. So it is what it is. But we did kind of, man, looks like we might have to go. I'm gonna have to get rid of everything on here so I can see. Yep. Created some equal lows down here. That's not concerning. Let's see. Do we barely break it? Even just a little bit would be enough. Yes, we did. We do still have some downside here. Let's see. We're on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. But it looks like, I mean, it's basically going to be the same thing. We do have the weekly dynamic reactor here. We're also above the weekly dynamic reactor on Bitcoin as well. And it sits at around 50K, somewhere in there. So, yeah. Yeah. Now what Ethereum, since the top of the market to the bottom of the bear, it has done a full 786 retrace, 0.786 retrace. That is enough to complete a retracement and for it to come back down and see more downside. Technically speaking. So what Ethereum's got to do is it's got to prove that it can push higher, because it has yet to do that. And a lot of alts are also hit their retraces and bounced off and rejected off of the retraces. That's typically pretty bearish. So would not be surprised to see maybe some more waddling in here, come back down and test the lower boundaries and then move to the upside. But hey, I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm just saying that would not be surprised if it did. Wouldn't be a surprise. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't be surprised. Mostly because this is crypto and anything can happen. But Ethereum does have 27% of its supply locked up. So there's that. It also has ETFs coming at some point, hopefully soon. We know that it is likely within weeks, right? So, yeah. We'll see. All right, let's go down to the lower time frames. Back to the 4 hour. Really want to just see this thing. Same thing with Bitcoin. Get above that dynamic reactor on the 4 hour. However, we do have a loud order block right there and the dynamic reactor. So if we do get a push up today, I would expect to see a rejection at about $3,250, $3,250. We got that vector candle. We've got the loud order block and the dynamic reactor all resting there. So that would be a high level of resistance. Let's pull up a fixed range volume profile. We are sitting at the value area high of this range from low to high, or from high to low. Value area high, break above that, and this thing will likely shoot up to the upside. We do have a vector candle sitting up here above the dynamic reactor. So if we break that dynamic reactor and we can push through 50% of this order block, I think this thing will continue and get up here to that second vector candle at $3,370. So I would be looking for that on Ethereum. Now, if we get a rejection from the value area high, then I would expect maybe a little bounce off this soft order block and then come back down here to the point of control at $2,985. But this volume node here has built up pretty nicely. This looks like a bunch of consolidation accumulation in here. So if we can get above here, get a little pullback, and then push higher, hey, it's not looking too bad. So definitely, yeah, that's it right there. Just wait for the break. Wait for the break above, and then a retest. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest. Shout out to OC. That's his saying. And, yeah, good morning, friends. Good morning. Amy Lives Crypto. Good morning, Trader Joe. Joe, Trade Intuition. T.I. Joe. There we go. Good to see you, lovely people. Thank you all for joining me last night. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll do it again tonight. We'll see. But yeah. So just everything kind of is dependent on that inflation data. If we beat it, come in lower than 3.1% on the year over year, then I think we at least see a pump. So this is what I could see happening, okay? So that data, if the inflation data comes in lower, it will be taken as bullish. The market will get bullish, and then it will roll over, okay? And we'll go down and sideways until July 31st when the FOMC happens, and then they do a surprise rate cut, and markets get sent. That's one of my theories. It's one of my theories. And it all started because of Tony Surf Prano. Wub stream? Tonight? I was thinking I might do that tomorrow night, Friday night, since I won't have work the next day. But yeah, I was thinking about doing that tomorrow night. DJ LBC on the 1s and 2s. What time is it released? It is released at 8:30 a.m. So a little over an hour. Hour and 15 minutes. Oof. Hour and 15 minutes. So we got to be careful. You know, lately the economic data hasn't been doing much to the markets from volatility standpoint. I mean, they'll move a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But today could be different. If it comes in lower, I expect the markets to pump. But then I also expect them to hit the strong resistance and get rejected hard. So just look out for that. Just be careful. 3.1 is neutral. Neutral is bullish, but not trend breaking. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I heard 3.1 will pump market. I think 3.0 or lower will pump the market. 3.1 might pump the market. Because it's not showing that inflation increased. It's saying that from last year to this year, it's held mostly. It kind of shows that what they're doing is working, but it kind of means that they probably need to remain paused because it's just not working good enough. So I don't know. I just think that if it comes in lower, even just a single point, 3.0 instead of 3.1, that we will get that pump. And then maybe dump. And this kind of does look like a Wyckoff pattern that Alex O'Crypto shared yesterday on the Twitters. See if I can bring it up real quick. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Lunar Beaches or X, whatever. And also follow Alex O'Crypto. Alex. He used to have his full name on here. He used to be at Alex Luis Osti. do. Where is it? There it is. So right here we have the seller's climax right here on Bitcoin. We have the automatic rally, come back down, secondary test, push back up, break the high here, come back down, secondary test in phase B. If we get that, creates, well, if we get that pump up and then come back down, do that bounce sideways, like I was telling you guys, sign of strength, and then get out of here. He's got it all drawn up, and it looks like it's almost towards the end of July. So, yeah, that is kind of what, I mean, and this is an institutional type of accumulation schematic here. So, would not be surprised if that is exactly what we get from a structural standpoint. So that is what I am looking out for. Excuse me. So, yeah. Anything else? Let's see. Let's get rid of all these drawings so I can see. Go down to the 1 hour. Ooh. Looks like we might have a little bit of a swing failure pattern here. Excuse me. So we broke the high here, failed to stay above it, came back down. If this reverses and closes below this low here, then yeah, it might be coming back down here. Maybe down to, we've got this what is it, psychological level at $3,091. Also the dynamic reactor right there. Also a fair value gap right here. And the soft order block down below, which looks like it's about on the 50% of this candle's wick right here. Green line, basically, right there at $3,065. So I would just be careful. If this comes down and engulfs this candle, this might see downside. But on the 1 hour, we are above the dynamic reactor for the first time. I believe it was since June 30th. We looked at this last night. Well, since the last time we broke above it was on June 30th, fell back below it on July 2nd, 2 days later, and then we've been below it ever since then for the last 8-9 days. ETH is inside daily fair value gap, says Rockinos. Let's go to the daily. Yep. So we've got a daily fair value gap on the stopping volume candle. Lots of volume in this candle. We also are sitting below the dynamic reactor here, with the low end being 3,200. It's going to be just like Bitcoin if it can break above that and then come back down and hold that dynamic reactor. Good. We're looking good. But we do have this vector candle down here on the daily sitting there at 3,000, of course, psychological level, $3,005 to $2,938. So maybe 5-wave structure to the downside towards the end of July, and then everything gets sent. Maybe if we're looking at an oscillator, we create some kind of bullish divergence here on the daily, and then that gets us moving back to the upside. That would be a W pattern as well. If we get a wick, we can maybe get in a double bottom, and then that would be really healthy. So I'm kind of favoring this a little bit because Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of looking similar. So I would almost favor this exact pattern, this exact type of structure. Get to shoot up today on the good data release. We beat the forecast. but then we just drag down, get the market in extreme fear right at the lows, right before the next Fed meeting, and then they give us a surprise rate cut, even if it's just 0.2, even if it's just 25 basis points. It would still be a surprise rate cut because no one would be expecting it, and then we could push it to the upside. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen. I'm just saying you never know. You never know. It really all depends on the data that we get today. So we'll see. I got to head out for another day of shirtless fiat mining. Have a great day, y'all. Good day, Blackie Chan. I'm also going to get off of here. I'm going to get off a little early today. Yeah. That's all. I need to get off here a little early today. Need to go get the dog back inside and feed animals and stuff before I leave for work. So but yeah, just be cautious. Look for the pump, but also look for the harsh rejection at the key resistance areas I laid out today. So yeah, I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, spectacular, safe day in the markets and in general. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me this morning. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical day. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the chats. Don't forget to watch Piper Academy, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, market open. Let's get it. All right, guys. Love you all. Peace out.